So I was just kind of showing you guys what this ball was doing on this floor. I'm gonna roll it out that direction. I was actually thinking that we're gonna have some settlement in that corner or some lifting in that corner. Watch this ball. It's kind of telling us exactly what the floor is doing right now. You can see there's a major bump right here sloping back that direction. So it actually picks up speed as it goes back that way. So this is a major bump right in here. This is lifted. I don't know if you guys can see that, but this is definitely a hump right here. And it's actually compressed this wall, compressed the siding, compressed the sheetrock. Gave us some issues to think about right here, but also, if you look just down the hallway, God, that doesn't look very straight, does it? Just look at the doorways. They look all slanted. You can definitely feel it in the flooring. The flooring doesn't even feel even in this house, but I really noticed it when I look back this way. Look at how cockeyed that wall is. Both these walls look like they've shifted that direction. So we've definitely got some issues going on in the foundation here that I'm not going to be able to really clarify without a foundation expert here to take some measurements and know that everything's nice and straight and even, but it feels like this whole dang thing is not level. Like I feel like this whole floor is lifted right here and pulled back and actually shifted some of these walls with it. I can't verify this with the tools that I have. Just a home inspector. That's why we recommend foundation experts to look at all of this stuff. This is the front of the property here. You know, we're 50 years old on this property, and they've likely had a lot of irrigation on the front here. Consistent irrigation that nobody pays attention to, which is likely why we have some of the water damage down here and along there. Moisture issues, foundation spalling, breaking apart, cracking. That's still really loose right there. This is pretty loose right in through here. See, a lot of that foundation wall is starting to fall away. Some of it isn't even exposed because we have so much rock. But you can tell they've had previous foundation issues because they tried to stick some epoxy in there. Actually, that's not epoxy, that's just caulking. If it was epoxy, it would be a lot harder. So we've got foundation issues all along the front side of this property here. And along with that, we can't even see the foundation on this side. There is terrible grading away from the home, so we have no idea what the foundation is doing behind those rocks, but we do know that the weep screed is damaged over here. So the weep screed is actually falling off the siding in this section. So we've got to drop that down so we can get a good look at the foundation. But before my buyer moves ahead, I think it's only in their best interest to get a foundation expert out here to tell them exactly how much this is moved and what it's going to take to stabilize it. It's not just the wall, the foundation that's moving. You can see some of the shifting marks around the windows. Little corner right there starting to crack out. You can see the gaps that are forming around this window. Gaps forming up there. Substantial gaps, not just little tiny cracks, but actually pulling away from this area. Same with down here. They had to stick a lot of caulking in there just to fill this gap in. So there's really no other option if you want to be smart about buying this house. You're going to get a foundation guy to come in and kind of tell you what's going on and what it's going to cost to repair this to make sure that it's not going to continue. It's one thing if you buy an old house with kind of wavy floors. Some of the floors can have a little bit of movement to them. It's not major, but if this is ongoing structural issues, we need to know that before my client sticks $300,000 into this place. And some of the evidence that they've already worked on this before is look at this crack. Did they cut that off and repair this? What happened here? What was the indicator immediately that you're having some issues. Well, moisture issues always from plants right along the side of the house. Terrible idea. Don't need to put these in here. Put some xeriscape stuff right next to the house. Put these bushes off in the grass somewhere. But you can see some of the stucco is bubbling out on the bottom side, right where the foundation meets the stucco. The moisture will get in there and make the stucco kind of bubble out. So those are some things to look out for. Look out for previous repairs like that. Look out for damage in the corner like that right there. And also look at the flooring. You can see the kind of the pattern of flooring. It's kind of sporadic except for this corner where it's all the same cut right down that seam. So somebody has repaired the flooring in here. And some pretty visible damage right there. It's black on the inside, so it's telling me there's some moisture. You know, I really hate finding these service panels in a bathroom. All this humidity, all this moist air is just going to find its way into the electrical panel and cause some issues. But that's not my major problem in here today. Look at the dang grout work that they did, the tile work. They even try to get this stuff right. There's zero effort to install this stuff. Look at how big this gap is right here. That's probably a 1/4 inch difference there. It's a huge problem. You just cut that all up. Corners of the tiles are all cracked out. What garbage person puts in tile work like this? You didn't even leave yourself a grout line there. Unreal. Don't even talk to me about the missing head, shower head. How are we supposed to test it? Look at these lines. They're not even at all. Look at those lines. Nothing matches up. Come on, Pablo. Some other indications of structural failure or structural shifting is look at this big old crack that goes right through that air register. Pop the air register out. There's no movement there. Big old crack going up, big old crack in the ceiling. Can't see anything on this side. So I used my trusty hodag and pulled out some of that dirt, try to get a better look at that foundation, and yeah, it's pretty much shot. See this big old section right here that's popped out. So we're about 1.5 inches back on the weep screed here, and that comes out all the way to the edge of the weep screed. There's definitely been some wall shifting and some wall movement here. Try and get in front of it and stop that from getting any worse. Another thing I'm noticing on this wall, not just the repairs there, but look at this cracking along the door. It's getting wider as they go up. So this is cracked pretty substantially right there at the top. And we're getting a little bit of pull on the back side as well. Starting to see some cracking on that side of the door frame too. It's telling me that everything is shifting in this corner. Oh, they were nice enough to update your pressure regulator here, but they forgot to put a hose bib on. Now you have nowhere to hook up your hose. So they definitely have some issues here. Definitely gotta bring somebody in. But that's why we're here, that's why we're finding stuff. See you guys in the next one.